crochet fun. So today I have another special tutorial for you guys. I'm going to show you from start to finish how to make my new pattern, the Terrazzo Cardigan. Isn't it cute? So this is my first ever mosaic wearable actually, and it's so much fun. I know sometimes you will shy away from wearables, but this one is so super easy because it is a hexagon cardi. And so you just make 2 hexagons like these, whoop, and they turn into a sweater. So it's super easy. So if you've never done a wearable, this is the way to start. And I've actually been making these hexagon sweaters for ages. I did one for Pepe when he was just a tiny little baby. Isn't he cute? Woo! And so this was just a very simple one. And I woke up the other morning and I thought to myself, why haven't I made a mosaic hexagon sweater? And well, long story short, I just did it. So the pattern comes in 3 sizes, 3 to 6 months old, which is this one. And then, no, sorry, 6 to 12 months old, which is this one. And then 1 to 2 years and 2 to 3 years. But it's easy enough to go down in yarn weight and do a newly born sweater, for example, using fingering weight. This is TK. Or going up to Aran and making a bigger one. And it also comes in 2 versions. This is the original, the Terrazzo original infinity one, and I love it. Sort of looks like a tie-dye. It's a bit psychedelic, I know. So I love how this happens here in the back. You see how it all lines up, and it's just so crazy and fun, really heavily textured. And for those of you who are maybe a bit more or less hippie, should we say, there is the simple version as well, which is really cute. And this one is more just like striped, and yeah, I really love them both. And you can do it just with 1 button up here, which is great for going with like dresses, for example. Or you can do it all buttoned down like this one, which is a bit more boy, like a little gentleman version. So these are the 2 versions. And I'm going to show you, like I said, just from start to finish, how to make the traditional one. And it's so much fun because you just do these funny looking shapes and then you fold them together and you have half a sweater. So I'm going to do from start to finish, showing you how to make these, and whoop, whoop, and voila, you just join the 2 together and you have a little sweater. Isn't it brilliant? So fun and easy, and yeah, I hope you guys give it a go. So this is the original Terrazzo cardigan. This is the smallest size, the 6 months to 12 months old. And yeah, every step of the way, I'm going to show you how to make it. So please follow along. And if you don't mind, maybe leave a comment and a like, and even subscribe to my channel. And then you can get notification whenever I put up new videos. I'm going to try and do a little better now and put up more videos. So, but for today, we're going to do this one here. And I positively can't wait to see all your beautiful makes with this. Let's do this! Okay, time to get a hook in. So, like I said, we're going to make 2 of these pieces here, which is really funny looking. And it just has sort of like I don't know, some kind of an octopus mama. It just looks, because it has way too much increase, so it's all like ruffling, but that's how it's supposed to be. And then we just do the magic fold, and voila, we have half of a cardigan. So brilliant. So I made the first piece here, and I'm going to show you step by step how to make the second one, and then we're going to do the joining. And so yeah, I'm going to make here, the pattern comes in 3 sizes, 6 to 12 months old, 1 to 2 years old, and 2 to 3 years old. And then actually it's really easy to make it bigger or smaller, either by doing more or less rounds, and I explained this all in the pattern, or the easiest way just is to go up or down in yarn weight, really. So if you're not an experienced crocheter, then it's always best to just go straight, like do exactly as the pattern says, right? And then, for example, I'm here using worsted weight yarn. So if, and then you can make this smallest size that I'm doing here, 6 to 12 months old.
And if you do that in fingering weights and with a smaller hook, then you will get a newborn size. Yeah, so that's like the easiest way to change the sizes. But I'm going to show you how to make the smallest size, which is the 6 to 12 months old. And talking about the yarn, I am using one of my favorites, which is the llama wool from Camarose. And I will be using this beautiful like sort of mustard yellow for my color A, and for color B this dark navy blue. And although this is called A and this is called B, this one is really what will be the main color. But yeah, and so for each sweater, like for the smallest size that I'm doing, you will need 3 of each. For the medium size as well, and for the big one, then you will need 4 of each color. And this is worsted weight, which is sort of like in between DK and Aran. So I will be using my 4.5 millimeter hook for the body of the sweater, and then for some finishing touches, we're going to go down half a hook size and use the 4 millimeter as well. So 3 of each color in worsted weight yarn, and hooks 4 and 4.5 millimeter. Let's get to it. Na, 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 na. Okay, round 1. So we're going to start with our color A, and we start by doing a magic loop. And magic loop, you just do it like this. You just make a little loop like so. Move it over so that the short tail is going to your left and the long one is going to the right. Okay, and you hold here, and then you just go inside and pick up your yarn without letting go of the join here, or this here. And then we're going to start and do 2 chains. If you're not a fan of the magic loop, you can substitute this with 3 chains and just joining them into a circle, no problem. But the good thing about the magic loop is obviously that you can totally close it, so I do prefer that, but you can substitute that if you want. Okay, on we go. These 2 chains do actually not count as the first half double crochet. It's just to get ourselves up here. And now we're going to do 1 half double crochet inside the magic loop, like so. Should I go closer? And then we're going to do 2 chains. So we have 2 chains, 1 half double crochet, and 2 chains. And then we're going to do 3 half double crochets. Three and 2 chains, and this is the repeat for round 1, and we're going to do that 5 times. So we've done it once, and now we go again. 3 double crochet, half double crochets, and 2 chains. That's 2 repeats, and we go again. One, 2, and 3 repeats for the 4th time here now. 1, 2, 3, and 2, and here we go for the 5th time. So when you're working into your magic loop, you always have to take care to work over both the tails. You're working over 2, you see? Okay, this one is the 5th. 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 chains. And so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repeats, and then we're going to finish it off with 1 half double crochet. And actually I'm going to cut the yarn here because I was like doing the first one, cutting the yarn, that way you get a neater sort of beginning. And now you're just going to pull this all up here like so. And now comes to the magic bit of the magic loop. And so you just hold onto your crochet like this and you pull it together. Whoop. You see? Yeah, this is fun. You see? You just pull it all the way together, and then the hole will completely disappear. And now we are going to do the last stitch of the round. Really is the invisible join. So here we have 1 half double crochet, and here we have 1, and then we had the 2 chains here in the middle. So our last stitch is going to go over those chains, and we're just going to insert our hook like this into both loops of the first half double crochet of the round from the back like this. Grab our yarn, pull it through like so, and then go into only the back loop here of the last half double crochet, and grab the yarn again and pull through. So as you can see here, the join makes up for our last stitch of the round. Very neat. And at this point, and I talk from experience, you should count your sides, because this is a hexagon, so we need to have 6 sides, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, very good, because you know I've actually started making one of those and found out way too late that it was only 5. So that was round 1. On to round 2, and now we are introducing our color B, and we are going to start by finding anywhere around here the second chain of the 2 chains in the corner. Yeah, so let's just look at the anatomy first a bit. So this one here is the middle one. So this is, you see, if you look at the sort of the stems of the half double crochets, 1 and 2 and 3. So this is number 3 here. This is the middle one, and you see that the first one kind of looks like almost like a chain. It's very close to here. Yeah, so then if this is the first of the half double crochets, then these 2 here are the chains. Yeah, so we're going to insert our hook into the back loop of the second chain. Any second chain will do. I like to do it so that my tail is here on the other end, so that I can first work over my blue and then over the yellow. So it's not quite like at the same part as I stopped. And we are going to pull our yarn through like so, do 1 chain, and then 1 single crochet into the same back loop of the second chain, and I'm working over my tail at the same time. Yeah, so 1 single crochet here, and then we're going to do 4 single crochets always into the back loop, you guys. Mosaic crochet, back loop only with the single crochets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the 4th here lands in the first chain on the next corner. And now we have a total of 5 single crochets because we did the first one here. And now we get to the repeat. No, first we're going to do 2 chains. 2 chains for the corner. And now the repeat is 5 single crochets and 2 chains. And so the first single crochet goes here into the back loop of the second chain in the corner, working over our tail still. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I'm going to drop the tail. I worked over it like 10 stitches, and that's quite enough. And then we do chain 2. That's the repeat. Okay? So we go again, and these are such short rounds still that I'm just going to do it all with you. Whoops, my tail getting in my way here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And remember, just working into the back loops of the chains in the corners as well. 1. Now I'm supposed to be working over my upcoming tail, so I'm going to back it up here. So now I'm just going to take this tail from the end here, and I'm going to lay it here and work over it. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. we do 5 repeats. I've done 1, 2, 3. Going on to the, no, 1, 2, 3. We do 4 repeats now. No, 5 repeats, I'm sorry. Just until you finish with the round. Just keep going. You'll know when it's done. I'm sorry, 5 repeats again, obviously. Okay, so here now that we're going over our join where we joined into the circle, it's not as clear as always, but if we just take a moment and look at it, then we'll find all our stitches. Here's the chain, 1, 2, 3, half double crochets and a chain here, you see? Okay, so the first chain is here. 1. I did my chains here, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then the 2 chains. And the last repeat, always the same as before, 5 single crochets, 3, 4, and the 5th should land here in the chain here. And then we do two chains. And before we join in our new yarn, I'm actually just going to get rid of all those ends because I don't like having them. When you have such a tiny piece and you have all these ends, it's just annoying, isn't it? Scissors. And so these I've already worked over, so I'm just going to tuck at them. This one and this one, I'm just going to tuck at them and cut. Like so. And this one here in the middle, I'm going to weave in. Okay, and like you can see with the magic circle, you just tuck at it real nice and tight, like so, and it completely closes. It is such magic. But what you do want to take care with the magic circle is because it can open and close, so you really have to like go the extra mile here when weaving in your ends. So I always take extra care to do like a couple of extra stitches when weaving in my ends for the magic circle. As you can see, I'm just going under a few, and then I always back it up one, like so. Okay. Okay, this is not going anywhere. Okay, snippety snap. Okay, so this is what it looks like at the end of round 2, and we're just going to do the join now. And now we introduce our color A again, and we're going to join with the new color, with color A. And so all like round 1 and all odd number rounds are in color A, and round 2 and all, what do you call it? The even number rounds are color B. Okay, so when we're going to join, we ended with the the 2 chains here, and now we're just going to find, you see here is the chain from the beginning of the round. We're not going to go into that one. We're going to go into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round and just join with a slip stitch and do 1 chain. Okay, so this is what it looks like at the end of round 2. A tiny little hexagon. On to round 3. We're using color A again. I've already done the chain at the beginning of the round because it's just silly not to join and not do the chain. And now we are going to do 5 single crochets and always into the back loop. You see? 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. So the 5th one lands into in the first chain here in the corner, and chain 2. And now we get to the repeat for round 3, and that's 7 single crochets and 2 chains. So the first single crochet goes into the chain, always into the back loop, also with the chains, you guys. That's 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th lands in the first chain here in the next corner, and then chain 2. So this is very easy, as is the whole piece actually. I mean, it's ridiculously easy to work. Just gonna continue and do, I've done 1 repeat here, it's 5, so it's always the same, 7 single crochets, 2 chains. And yeah, like I was saying, it's so easy. I mean, it's like definitely TV watching material. I can even watch like TV in Finnish when I'm doing this. I can't, like, I'm not Finnish, I'm Icelandic, so usually I can't be crocheting and watching something in a language that I don't understand, that I have to read the subtitles, you know, so I can watch things in Icelandic, Spanish, and English, and crochet pretty much everything. But this is so crazy easy that I can watch my favorite detective shows in Finnish as well. Definite plus. That's what you're looking for, a pattern that you can watch while watching TV in Finnish. I'm like spot on. This is a niche. This is a everybody's been looking for this in their life, yeah. No, but really, it goes to show that you can really just go on and you don't have to think at all. It really leads you on, which is what a nice pattern should do. Yeah. Okay, we're on the last repeat here. And I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the 7th lands here in the first chain in the corner. And then I'm going to do 2 chains, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets right here into these here, which is the second chain, and then really into the same, into sort of the slip stitch here of the round, into the join, into the round before. And so in this pattern, I'm always moving the join 1 ahead, yeah, because next up we're going to start to do the double crochets, and then we will hide the join with the double crochets. And I just like to do it like this. I like to move it always 1 on, 1 stitch further, the join. And so when I do the join, we just have 1 more single crochet here, yeah. And so I'm going to do into this here slip stitch that we joined with, and I'm going to go into this one and sort of here into this, you see, into the root of the chain here. Okay, and when we do this, now I'm going to change colors. And so I am going to, I didn't work over my end. Oh my God, I'm crazy. Well, anyways, so I'm going to work over the upcoming color here in the last single crochet stitch of the round. And I'm going to do all the joins always like this. And if you do it like this, then it will be, well, it'll be almost completely invisible from the front side, and from the back side, oh, very good as well. But this last stitch of the round, then I work this single crochet and I put the upcoming color up on my hook, and I work the last single crochet around it like this. And the other trick with the join is always just tuck at everything, like really tuck. You can hardly tuck too much. I mean, you know, don't break the yarn, but you know, just have it really nice and tight, and that makes every join better. Okay, and now we're going to do the join, and then we take up our next yarn, which is color B here, and we are not going to work into this little chain stitch here at the beginning of the round. We're going to skip that one, and we're going to join into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round using a slip stitch. Whoop whoop. Okay, so you see it's like this, and then from the back side I have also worked over, because I'm carrying my yarn up. So when I'm carrying the blue over the yellow, then I want to work this stitch here over so that you can't see it as much. I mean, you can see it a little bit, you know, join is a join. And the backside is the backside, for God's sake. But but you can see it, it's quite nice. So that was round 3. And now, since I forgot to work over my tail, I am going to weave that in between takes because I can't stand having that there. Voila! On to round 4. And we're using color B. And we start by doing 1 chain, and now we're going to start with our double crochets, and we're gonna weave yarn over, and then we find here this is the stitch that we were supposed to go into, and we just go 1 round down, up and under, and work our double crochet here as always in mosaic crochet. What you want to take care with this first double crochet of the round is that we want to have our double crochets always completely centered. So the double crochet should be in right smack in the middle of each side. So I'm just going to see here and count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I have 4 stitches on either side, which is great. Now to read the pattern, this is round 4, chain 1, 1 double crochet, and then we have 4 single crochets. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the 4th lands in the first chain here in the corner, and then I'm going to do 2 chains, and now we get to the repeat for round 4, and that is 4 single crochets. The first one lands here in the second chain in the corner. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next comes the DC. Yarn over, go down 1 round, and you know you're always doing your DCs into the same color stitches as you have on your hook. 2, and there we have the DC, and now we're going to do, and always take care to skip the stitch here behind the DC, right? And then we do 4 single crochets again. So we have 4 on each side of the DC, so it's always centered. The 4th lands in the first chain here, and then 2 chains. So that's the repeat for round 4. My yarn is tangling here. Whoop. Whoop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. 1 more. So it's 4 single crochets. 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, down 1 and do 1 double crochet. Pull your yarn up through the stitch we're working into, and then just yarn it through 2 and yarn it through 2. Normal DC, just down 1 round, and again 4 single crochets and 2 chains. Okay, and it's always 5 repeats, so I've done 2, and I think this may be the last round that I will just do that with you guys on camera, because then they will be getting longer each round. But oh god, now I feel like the pressure of saying something either entertaining or funny. Nope, nothing coming. I should just, you know, count the stitches. Okay, always 4 single crochets, 1 DC right smack in the middle of each side, and then again 4 singles and 2 chains. Oops, my yarn is creeping up on me. Okay, last repeat. So as you can see, it's getting like unshapely already. It's like some sort of a taco, crossfish taco horror. Okay, 1 DC, and then there are 4 single crochets and 2 chains. That's our 5th repeat, and now we just have to finish the beginning of this side here, or the yep. And here we're going to do 4 single crochets, and then we're going to do a join. And so we do 1, and we do 2, and 3, and the 4th one goes here into the slip stitch from the join before, and I like to go in here and sort of in here like so, and we're going to work over our tail, this 1 stitch. So at this point, tuck at your upcoming yarn like really tight, put it up on the hook, and work your last single crochet over the upcoming yarn. Okay, like so. And you see, now when I tuck, it will get even nicer here. You see, oh, I love neat joins. The little things. Okay, drop yarn B, and we're going to join with color A into the, we're going to skip this, the chain here always, and we're going to join into the back loop of the first double crochet of the rounds that we made at the beginning of the round with a slip stitch. Whoop whoop, and chain 1. Okay, and tuck. Lovely. So that's round 4, and it's getting all wrinkly, exactly the way it's supposed to be. On to round 5. Already did the chain here, which technically is part of round 5 and not 4. So we joined and we do 1 chain, and we're going to start with a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over and go into this one here and do 1 double crochet, and then I'm going to do 4 single crochets here on my way to get to the corner. The 4th lands in the first chain here in the corner, and then we're going to do 2 chains. And now we get to the repeat for round 5, which is 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to do a double crochet in the stitch before the double crochet here from the last round. You see, 1 single crochet into the DC from last round, and 1 double crochet here on the other side of it. So we're kind of sandwiching it up here. So there's a DC before this one, and then a single crochet into it, and then a DC after it. And then we're going to do 4 single crochets onto the corner and 2 chains. See? Don't you love it's so shiny and nice, this yarn. Really love it. Okay, so that's the repeat. I'm going to show you one more time. It's 4 single crochets, 3 and 4, and then we're going to do a double, single, double here before our double crochet, 1 single crochet into the double, and a double after it as well, like so, and then 4 single crochet, sorry, on our way to get to the next corner, and the 4th lands in the first chain here, and 2 chains for the corners always. Yeah, so that's the repeat for round 5. I'm going to do it 3 more times, and then I'll get you back. Okay, I've done all my 5 repeats, and then it's just to finish the end of the round. And now I'm going to do 4 single crochets, 3, and 4, and then I'm going to do 1 double, and here I'm going to show you a little trick. So here before we had a join here, and we didn't have a, you see now the double crochets are always geniusly covering the join, so you really can't see it from the front side. But here we didn't have a double crochet yet. So as you can see here, this is a join where we're supposed to work our double crochet into. So important to get this join neat and to fix it is to not go into this one here, which is the higher one up, but to go here into this one here in below, you see, this one. And that way it gets really neat. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to work our double crochet here into the lower one of our 2 possible stitch to work it into. And just a normal double there, you see, and then it covers it so nicely. Happy, happy, joy, joy. And then there's 1 single crochet at the end of the round, and that's going to be here into this slip stitch here, going like so, and we're gonna pop our new color up onto the hook and work over it so that we're hiding it from the back as well. 1 single crochet here, and then we're just gonna skip the chain and join into the back loop of the first DC of the round, drop our color A and move on to color B and join with a slip stitch with B. Whoop. Like so. Lovely. It's just all crumpled. There's no way of making it look good. That's round 5. Beautiful. On to round 6. And we're again working with color B. Oops. Just gonna prep it here a bit. Okay, and we start with 1 chain, 1 double crochet just next to our double crochet from last round, and we do 4 single crochets to get to the corner, and the 4th one lands in the first chain here in the corner, like so, and 2 chains. And now we get to the repeat for round 6, which is 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're going to do 1 double just before the double crochet from last round, 3 single crochets, the 3rd here lands on the double crochet, and then 1 double here, and then 4 singles again, and it finishes with 2 chains for the corner as always. So that's the repeat here. 4 single crochets, 1 double down, 3 singles, 1 double. So you see the doubles are, it started here and then it moved 1 out into both directions and then 1 out, etc., etc. And then 4 single crochets and 2 chains. I'm going to do it once more. So now we're on repeat 2 out of 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochets, 1 double, 3 singles. You see? One double, and then 4 singles. And 2 chains. Okay, so I've done 2 out of the 5 repeats. So do this repeat 3 more times, and then I'm going to show you how to finish the round. La-di-da. Okay, so now I've done all my repeats here, the 5 repeats for round 6, and I'm just going to show you how to finish the round. And now we're going to do here 4 single crochets. The first one goes here in the second corner chain. 2, 3, and 4, and then 1 double crochet, and then we're going to do 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and the 3rd one goes here. You see how I like to go into sort of both, you see? I go into this one and I go here as well, and the yarn up on your hook, the upcoming yarn, because we're carrying that up from the last round, and work our last single crochet of the round around the new yarn, drop color B, which we've been working with, and join with color A. And we're going to skip this chain here, and we're going to go into the back loop of the first double crochet of the round and join there with a slip stitch. Whoop, like so. Lovely. So that's round 6 all done. On to round 7. And we're again working with color A, as always in the odd number rounds. And we start by doing 1 chain, 1 double crochet, and then 4 single crochets to get to the corner. The 4th one lands here in the first chain, and then 2 chains. And now we're going to show you the repeat for round 7. So that's 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1 double, 5 single crochets here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 1 double. So the doubles are again going on each side of the doubles from the previous round. You see there was going 1 out, like so. And then we do 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, chain 2. So that's the repeat for round 7. 4 single crochets, 1 double, 5 singles, 1 double, 4 singles, and then 2 chains. Okay, now you do that 4 more times. So 5 times this repeats, and then I'll catch up with you again. Okay, so now I've done all 5 repeats. I showed you this first one, and then all the other sides were exactly the same, and we're on to the end of the round here. And then we do 4 single crochets, 1 double, and 5 single crochets here to finish the round. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And remember how I go here into this one and sort of into the double crochet here as well, like so. Pop your upcoming yarn up onto the hook and work your last single crochet around that one, like so. Drop your current yarn and join with the upcoming color into the back loop of the first double crochet of the round, like so. So that is round, oops, sorry, that's round 7 for you. On to round 8. And we're going to start with a chain as always and 1 double crochet. If you haven't noticed by now, we're always starting each round exactly the same way. Chain 1, 1 double crochet, and 4 single crochets to get to the corner, the 4th one here in the chain, the first chain, and 2 chains. So this is always, we're always starting each and every round exactly the same way. And now on to the repeat for round 8. And so yeah, what I was going to explain to you here now is that now we're going to be adding 1. You see how the pattern works this way, that I had 1 double crochet here in the beginning, and then I put 2 on each side and 2 on each side and 2 on each side. Now we can continue just this way, and that way you get the simple version, which I'm just going to pop and get real quick now. And so in the simple version, whoop, then you just continue always the same way, just going out here and always just doing 2 and 2 and 2 and always just going 1 out, and then have more single crochets in between. So it's more striped really, though it is kind of fun that it is, you know, it has a fun shape to it. So this is the single version. So then you would just continue always the same way without adding any more. That was showing way too much. My computer, etc. Sorry. So what we want to do here is fix our frame. But in the original terrazzo, which we are making here, then you see I'm always adding 1 double crochet here in the middle in every 4th round. You see, here I add 1, and you keep going out, and then I add another and add, so that it's more continuous, more crazy, if you will. And I'm showing you this version here. But if you're doing the simple version, then you just continue sort of the same way as we have been doing here, without adding anything here in the middle, any DCs here in the middle. You just keep going. It's really easy. But now we're up to this part where we want to add 1 double crochet here in the middle. And the repeat for round 8 is 4 single crochets. And then there is 1 double crochet here, like always, before the double crochet from last one. And here we would have 7 in a row, you see, of single crochets if we're just continuing the same way as we've been doing before. But we're not going to do that. We're going to add a double crochet here in the middle in the center of this side, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and add 1 double crochet here right smack in the middle, and another 3, 2 and 3, and then do another double crochet here, and then 4 single crochets to get ourselves to the corner. 4th and 1 and 2 chains, you see. So now I'm adding, and I'm going to be adding 1 here in the middle every 4th round. Okay, so we did it now in 8, so we're going to do it again in 12, and then in 16, etc., etc. Okay, I'm going to show you the repeat again because I was babbling a lot explaining the anatomy of this. So we're up to the point where we have here 5 single crochets in a row here in our color A. So now we're going to add a double crochet there in the middle. So we do, this is the repeat for round 8. It's 4 single crochets. Okay, 1 double. And now we do 3 single crochets. Whoops. 1 double we're going to add here in the middle of each side, and then 3 single crochets, 1 double, and then it's always 4 to the corner. From the corner to your first DC and from your last DC and to the corner, it's always 4 single crochets, and then 2 singles. Okay, so this is the repeat for round 8. It's 4 single crochets, 1 double crochets, 3 singles, 1 double crochet in the middle that we're adding, 3 single crochets, 1 double, 4 single crochets, and 2 doubles. And that's the repeat for round 8. Did you notice my cool post-its? I was very happy when I found this. Okay, I'm gonna go do the repeats missing, and then I'll catch up with you at the end of the round. Okay, I've done all the repeats, and I'm just going to show you how to finish this round here. See, I've added our double crochet in the middle here of each side. Okay, and now we're going to finish the round by doing 4 single crochets. It's always 4 from the corner to the first double. Okay, and now we do 1 double to the stitch before our double crochet from last round. And now we're going to do 3 single crochets, 2 and 3, and then we're going to add our double here in the middle, and then finish the round with 3 single crochets, 1 and 2 and 3. Pop your upcoming yarn up onto your hook, tug at it nice, and work the last single crochet of the round around our upcoming yarn. And then we're going to join into the back loop of the first double crochet of the round with a slip stitch like so. And that's round 8 for you. On to round 9. And we start by doing a single crochet, a chain here, and a double crochet. All the rounds start always exactly the same, and 4 single crochets till we get to the corner. The fourth one lands here in the first corner chain and 2 chains. And now to the repeat for round 9. We start by doing 4 single crochets and then 1 double, and then we're going to do 3 single crochets. And now, like just in the beginning, like when we had this one here, we're just going to put our double crochets always one further away from this one here in the middle. Yeah, so now we're going to do a double, single, double, so we have one on each side. 1 double, 1 single, 1 double, like so. And then we do 3 single crochets, and the third here lands in the double crochet from last round, and then we do 1 double here, and then 4 single crochets to the corner. The fourth one lands in the first corner chain, and then chain 2 for the corner. So this is the repeat for round 9. It's 4 single crochets, 1 double, 3 single crochets, 1 double here, 1 single, 1 double, 3 single crochets, 1 double here, and then 4 single crochets to the corner and 2 chains. And so as you can see, this pattern is so simple. I mean, it's the first motif pattern I did in mosaic crochet. So it's basically just there's this 1 double crochet, and then we always have our double crochets going out here, and then we add 1 here, and these are also going to go out. So you're always just doing it 1 before here, 1 before, and then one after. You see? Whoop, whoop. Hope this is making sense. I see it very visually, sort of like a waterfall, like it's going out. It's not that it's late and I'm like zoning out or anything. No. The double crochets are going out. That's the repeat for round 9. I'm gonna focus myself, do the rest of the repeats. All the sides are the same. It's 4 more like this repeat, and then I'll show you how to end your round. Okay, I've done all the repeats, and now we're at the end of the round, and we're gonna do 4 single crochets, 1 double, 3 single crochets, and we're going to do a double, single, double to sort of sandwich in our double crochet there in the middle. Yeah, and then finish it with 3 single crochets. And as always, when finishing the round, we're going to pop our upcoming yarn here up on the hook and work our last single crochet of the round around it, and join into the back loop of the first double crochet of the round, whoop whoop, with a slip stitch. So there you go. That's round 9, all done. On to round 10, and now we're working with color B, as always in our even number rounds. And my yarn is tangled, which I apparently never check before I start the round or start filling. Very good. And as always, we start the same way: 1 chain, 1 double crochet, 4 singles, and the fourth lands here in the first corner chain, and 2 chains. And now I'm going to show you the repeat for round 10, and that is 4 single crochets, 1 double, 3 single crochets, 1 double, another 3 singles, and 1 double, again 3 single crochets, and 1 double, and then we finish the repeat with 4 single crochets to get ourselves out to the corner. As always, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 chains for the corner. Yeah, 4 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, and then 4 singles and 2 chains. And as you can see, our double crochets are always moving 1 stitch out from their origin. Look, I am your father. That's this one. It's after midnight, yeah, and I'm definitely have some Baileys and my coffee, so cheers. I'm gonna do the other repeats. I'll see you at the back of at the end of the round. Okay, I've done all the repeats, and we're at the end of round 10. And we're gonna do 4 single crochets, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, and then finish the round with 3 single crochets. 1 and 2 and 3. Pop your upcoming yarn up onto the hook and work the last single crochet of the round around that yarn. And tuck it nice. We always want the join to be very tight and nice. And then we're going to skip the chain here and work join into the back loop of the first double crochet of the round with a slip stitch. Whoop whoop, like so. So that was round 10. On to round 11. And as you can see, there is a pattern to what we're doing. It's pretty much the same. So I'm going to show you up to round 12, and then I'm going to explain how you keep going. As always, we start by doing 1 chain, 1 double crochet, and 4 singles. And then there's the repeat for round 11. Sorry, first the 2 chains here, and now we start the repeat. It's 4 double crochets, always 4 from the corner until we get to our first, 4 single crochets here until we get to our first double crochet. 4 singles, 1 double, and then we're going to do 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 1 double, and then 5 single crochets in the middle bit of this side, and then 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, and then finish the repeat with 4 single crochets to get to the corner, and the 4th one lands here in the first chain in the corner, and then chain 2 for the corner. Okay, so this is our repeat for round 11. 4 single crochets, 1 double, 3 single crochets, 1 double here, and 5 single crochets in the middle, 1 double crochet, 3 singles, 1 double, 4 singles, and then 2 chains for the corner. Okay, so I'm going to do the other repeats. All the sides are exactly the same, and then I'll catch up with you at the end of the round to show you how to finish it. Okay, I've done all the repeats for round 11, always the same, and now we're going to finish the round, and it's 4 single crochet, 1 double, 3 single crochets, 1 double, 5 single crochets. And 1 double. And then we finish the round with 3 single crochets. 1 and 2 and 3. Pop your upcoming yarn up onto the hook and work your last single crochet around it. And then we're going to join into the back loop of the first double crochet of the round using our upcoming color B now, whoop whoop, with a slip stitch. Okay, there you go. That's round 11. On to round 12, and that's the last round that I'm going to show you here now of the piece, like this, step by step, because as you can see, I mean, this is quite repetitive. We can agree on that, can we not? But we're always just doing the same. So now here, for example, in round 8, we added the famous Darth Vader double crochet. And then the double crochets just kept going out from that one as well, just the same way as they did here in the beginning. And so now that was round 8, and every 4 rounds we have to add a double crochet here in the middle of each side. Okay, so now we're on round 12, so that's every 4th round. And now we're going to add another one here as well. And a good way to remember it actually is that here we have 5, we worked 5 single crochets here in a row in last round, yeah? So you're never going to do more than 5 single crochets in a row. So if you're doing more than 5, then it's just not right. So that's an easy way to remember it. And also just, you know, every 4th round, we're going to add 1 double crochet here in the middle. And I'm going to show you how we do that. Well, I already showed you in round 8, but we're going to do it once more. And then you go forth and conquer. Okay, let's get to it then. I'm going to show you round 12. So we start as always with 1 chain and 1 double crochet and 4 single crochets to get to the corner here. The 4th one lands in the first chain here, and then we chain 2. And now I'm going to show you the repeat for round 12. Okay, so we're going to do 4 single crochets as always, and then 1 double crochet just before the first double crochet here from last round. And now we're going to do 3 singles, 1 double. And here, if we were just not going to add anything, then we would do the next double crochet here after this one. And then that will mean we would have 7 single crochets here in a row. And that is a big no-no, as you now know, because I told you we never have more than 5. So now if we have 7 in a row, then we know we're supposed to add a stitch here, a double crochet in the middle. So we do 3 single crochets, 2 and 3, and we add the Darth Vader DC, and then we do 3 singles, 1 double just after this double here, and again 3 singles, 1 double, and 4 singles always to get from the last DC and to the corner, and 2 chains for the corner. Okay, so this is the repeat for round 12. We do 4 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double. We're adding the one here in the middle. 3 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, 4 singles, and 2 chains. And as you can see here now, they're always going whoop, out from this one, and then we added 1, and we're always going out from this one. And now with this one, you're going to do the same when you keep on repeating, just putting always 2 DCs here, and then here and here and here and here, etc. Okay, so this was the repeat for round 12. I'm going to finish my round and show you how, well, go finish my repeats and then show you how to do the end of the round. Okay, so I've done the rest of the repeats for round 12. And added all this origin DC here in the middle of each side of our hexagon. And so now I'm going to show you how to finish round 12. And we're going to do 4 single crochets, 1 double, 3 single crochets, 1 double, 3 single crochets, and 1 double here. That stands alone, because if I would continue, then I would do 7 single crochets in a row, and we're not going to do that. It's maximum 5 in a row. So now we're going to do the Lone Ranger DC here in the middle, and it's always in the mid and right smack in the middle of each side. And then we do 3 single crochets, 1 double, and finish with 3 single crochets. And as always, we're gonna pop our upcoming yarn here up on the hook and work the last single crochet around our upcoming yarn. And then we're gonna join with the yarn for next round, which is color A, into the back loop of the first DC of the round with a slip stitch like so. Okay, so now we've done up to round 12. And to make the cardigan, then we're going to make, for the smallest size, we're going to do 24 rounds. And for the 1 to 2 year old, we're going to do 28 rounds. And for the 2 to 3 year old, it's 32 rounds, okay? So you just repeat basically rounds 9 to 12 again and again until you get to the size you want to do. And as you can see here, it's always the same. It's just always every 4th round, you're going to add this sole, this Lone Ranger DC here in the middle, and then let the DCs that come after go out like this. So it really does lead you on, and always the corners are always the same. The beginning of each round is always the same. So it's really, the pattern does lead you on. Just remember to every 4th round add your lone standing DC. So we've done 12 now. So in 16, you're going to do another one. And then in 20, and then in 24. You see here, after 24, I added one as well. Okay, so you keep going. You've got this. I have faith in you. You keep going the same way and finish your 24 rounds. And I'm going to do the same, and then I'm going to show you how we join and make these funny looking pieces into a cardigan. Yes, yes. Upwards and onwards. I have faith in you. Go forth and conquer. Don't forget that Lone Ranger DC every 4th round, okay? Okay, so I know I said just go on until you have 24 rounds, but I thought I'd just show you once more, if anybody is in doubt, how this works when we add the single here, the sole DC in the middle. So now I've done round 15, and this was the last round we did together at 12. Then we added this one here, and then I added 2 here, and 2 here, and 2 here. And now you see here we have 5 single crochets in a row. And as I said, you never do more than 5 single crochets in a row. So now when we're going over here, if we add DC here and here, like we're supposed to, then we would have 7 single crochets in a row. And that's not what we're going to do. So we're going to add 1 here in the middle. So I'm just going to show you how to start this round, in case anybody's insecure about it. If not, you just fast forward, yeah? So I've done the first chain here, and as always, we start the round with 1 double crochet and 4 single crochets. Okay, and now we've gotten to the corner, and we do 2 chains. And now it's just the same as round 12 really, but now we have 1 more repeat here of 1 DC 3 single crochets before we get to the middle bit, yeah? So we do 4 single crochets always from the corner until we get to our first DC. 1 double crochet, always the double crochet before the one from the last round, and then 3 single crochets, 1 double, and 3 single crochets, 1 double. And now we're getting to the center of this side, and here we're going to add 1, and we're always just going to do 3 singles and 1 double. So really it's a super easy repeat to do. It's just 3 singles, 1 double all the way through, so it should be easy enough to realize where you're adding this one here. But rather safe than sorry, and since the pattern doesn't come with these rounds written up, I thought I'd just show you here just in case. Sorry, I didn't let the boys know that I was filming because I was just going to do this quick one here. Okay, so now we're going to the corner here. That was 4 single crochets at the end. So this is how we do the repeat for round 16. Start the repeat with 4 single crochets, and then it's 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, 3 singles, 1 double, and that's the one in the middle we're adding. And again, 3 singles, a double, 3 singles, a double, 3 singles, a double, and 4 singles before we get to the corner. So it really is very, very easy. Okay, so I'm going to now continue and carry on until I've finished up to round 24, and I hope you can do the same without any problems. Okay, yay! Okay, so now I've finished all 24 rounds, and it looks like this. And I was just going to show you how to do your final stitch here. So when I ended round 24, I didn't do the last single crochet of the round here. I just pulled the yarn straight up, and I'm going to do the invisible join for the last stitch of the round. And so I like to use the back end of the needle for this so that the yarn won't split. And then we just put our needle here under both loops of the first DC of the round and pull it through like so. And then into the back loop of our last loop here. And voila. So there we get a perfect finish. And then we just weave in ends. I had already woven in all the other ones at the beginning. And just like so, a few stitches ahead, then I back it up a bit and do through a few more. Always obviously in the same color as your thread. Okay. Cut the yarn. Oops, here I have some other ends as well. A few stitches ahead, back it up 1 stitch and do the second like so, and then cut the yarn. Let's tuck at it a bit first. This one I had crocheted over. Okay, all the ends done. So this is the back side here, and this is the front side, and then we take this strange looking piece, and then we just take 2 corners and put them together like so. And it's happening. We're getting the cardigan. You see, here's one end, one side, And then there's another piece. Do the same here to take 2 corners, put them together. Whoop. And voila! You see, it's happening. Haha! Ah, yeah, and one very pro trick. On the other one, I made a boo-boo on one side. And so if you have made the mistake at some point, then just take care to put it like, have it be here under the, because these will be the sleeves here. So I just took care to have that here under the sleeve. I mean, nobody's going to be looking there. So that's the 2 pieces done. And then next up is the joining. La la la. Okay, so now that we have our 2 pieces then ready, then we're going to fold like I showed you. You put 2 corners together and then it just sort of all falls into place like so. One here and the other one here. I didn't make any boo-boos on this one, so I don't have to hide anything under here. So now what we're going to do is to join the 2 pieces. We start by joining here on the shoulder seam on both pieces, and then we're going to join the back together. Yeah, so it's 3 joints that we're going to be making. Okay, and we're going to use our color B, sorry for this. B is sort of like the main color actually here, because we start with A, but B is what we will do the final finishing round, etc. So it's sort of like the, okay, and now I think I can go in here a bit. And so what you want to do is you want to start at the tip of the sleeve, and we're going to be joining into the front loop of the piece that is facing you, and also into the front loop of the piece that is on the back. So, but that's like the one that is further away, you see? So we start by finding the chains here in the corner. Here is 1 and 2 chains. I'm going to insert my hook here into the front loop of the second chain, and also into the front loop of the second chain here as well. Okay, insert it like this, and then you get your yarn. If you want to make a slip knot first, you can do that. I usually don't. And you pull your yarn through. And we're going to be using the same hook as we've been using so far, 4.5, or whichever one you have been using. And now we're just going to join with a slip stitch into each and every stitch. So it's into the front loop here, kind of look at the back here, and into the front loop there as well. And whoop, whoop, slip stitch through. Okay, and we're going to do this not all the way, obviously, because we have to leave a bit for the neckline. But I like to leave just like 1/5 without joining. I'll show you that in a bit. And obviously what you want to be thinking about here is that you're always lining up, that your piece is lining up like this, you know? So always when you're joining a double crochet, that you're joining into the double crochet here in the back, so that it will have this nice effect on the back side as well. Okay, front loop and front loop and slip stitch through. And you don't want your slip stitches to be too tight, because then they will sort of crumple it all together. So you want to have it a bit, you know, nice and relaxed. Okay, now I'm joining the 2 double crochets. And so this is just what we're going to do into each and every stitch here until we get to the neckline. Okay, so now I've done most of the way here. You see it all lines up perfectly. Whoop, whoop. Lovely. And now when you're getting close to the neckline or the other end, then you just want to count, and we're going to leave 12 stitches without joining to have the neckline here, yeah? So that's plus the corner chain. So after the corner chain, you start counting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. So this one here, we're gonna join these 2 DCs together, and then we're gonna stop. So there was just one left when I stopped. Okay, so always into the back, into the front loop from both sides, you see? And we do the last slip stitch and break the yarn, and then just pull your yarn once through all the way like this and fasten it. Okay, so that's one side done. And now you're going to do the other side exactly the same, but for this side, we're going to start from the neckline and go towards the sleeve so that the join looks exactly the same, you know, from the front side is on the front side of the sweater, yeah? So now what we do is we just count 12 stitches, but we already know that it's like 1, 2, the third double crochet here. So now I'm going to go into the front loop here of the third double crochet. We leave 12 stitches here without joining. I'm going to find the same double crochet on the back side. 1, 2, 3. And go into the front loop of that one as well. Then I'm going to untangle my yarn. Should I tell a joke while I'm doing that? Or just press pause? Yeah, that was, no, it's all over. Dear Lord. Okay, getting there. Oh my God. Okay. Yarn ready. And we do exactly the same, but now we're going from the neckline. Just pull your yarn through once and fasten it with one chain. And now we're going to do the same here, always into the front loop on both sides, you see? And I want the tail to be over here. And just slip stitch our way from the neckline and towards the sleeve, the tip of the sleeve. And always taking care that when working into the double crochets, that we're working into double crochet on the other side as well, so that it all lines up nicely. And so that the pattern will really shine on top of the shoulders as well, because as we know, children are very small, so we will be looking down on them. So this is what I'm talking about, so that it's always nice like this. Yeah, I love this pattern. Okay, I'm going to continue and go all the way to the end of the sleeve and then show you how to finish it. Okay, so now I'm almost at the tip of the sleeve. Last DCs here together. And then, whoops, always into the front loop from both sides. And the last single crochet here. And then also into the first chain here. You see, those are the last two into the first out of the two chains there in the corner. And just slip stitch, break your yarn, and pull your yarn once through. Whoop. Okay, so now the shoulder seams are done. Isn't it nice how it all lines up? And yeah, this is the reason why if you want to do bigger patterns or bigger sizes, you can always just go up and make 4 more rounds to go up sizes, yeah? So, but then because that way we always end with this one Lone Ranger DC here, and then they line up this so nicely, so that's really nice. Okay, and so now we're gonna do the back. And for me, I have been doing this, joining this from the front, so I'm gonna flip everything like so. And so this is the back then. And we're gonna do exactly the same, but this time around, I'm gonna go into both of the corner chains, just because otherwise when you join, it sort of wants to go like, have a bit of like a small valley here. So I'm gonna work into both of the corner chains, not just the second one here and the first one here, yeah? So now I find the first corner chain here, and I go into the front loop there, and into the front loop of the first corner chain on the other side. Yes, this is correct. And we do exactly the same as with the shoulder joints. Just pull your yarn through, fasten it with one chain, and then we go into the second corner chain here. And just slip stitch our way to the top. And as before, we just always want to take care that our DCs are lining up. So every time you're joining a DC, then you take a quick look on the other side to see if there is a DC on that side as well, and that you're joining those two together. If you're doing the simple version, then just count a bit and put some stitch markers in. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. You see, and we're gonna go all the way up to the top. Okay, I've slip stitched my way almost up to the top, and see how it's all lining up beautifully. Okay, so here we just have one more single crochet and the 2 chains left to join. And it's as before, just always into the front loop of both sides. And remember to go into both the corner chains here when you're doing the back join. Okay, so that's the second corner chain there. Slip stitch through. Gonna cut the yarn and not break it with my hands because I always tumble the camera at the same time. And just pull your yarn once through and fasten it like so. Okay, you see. And no, I'm gonna go out. And voila, you see. Isn't it brilliant? We almost have a sweater. Oh, it's so easy, so fun. Such fun, such fun. So that was the joining. Next up are the sleeves. Okay, so the thing with the hexagon sweaters is that they are completely sort of square. So the length of the sleeve is the same as the length of the cardigan, yeah? So we have longer arms, so we need to sort of add a bit to the sleeves, as you see I've done here on the left side. So for a baby size, all the baby sizes, I think they have like 9 extra rounds for the sleeves. Check that later. But you can see that this is much nicer here. Also, they are quite wide, the sleeves. So what I've done is to just add a bit to them and do a decrease so they kind of get like a nice bubbly form to them, yeah? So I've done that on the left side, and I'm going to show you how to do it on the right side, okay? So we start with the sleeves, round 1. And we're going to continue with the same hook for now. And now we're going to go back to yarn A, which I'm using this yellow here. I'm going to go a bit in so you can see what I'm doing better. And we're going to start by joining our yarn. You see, here is the shoulder seam where we joined the shoulder, and we're going to start under the sleeve here on the opposite side of the shoulder join. And we're going to find our Lone Ranger DC here at the bottom of the sleeve. So it's exactly on the opposite of the shoulder seam, you see? And we are going to join into that one, just into the back loop of that one with one. Just pull your yarn through and do 1 chain. And I'm going to be working over my tail here. And now we're going to do the repeat here for round 1 of the sleeves is 1 double crochet going straight down, and then 3 single crochets. Like so. So it's just, we're just keeping the pattern going for now. And then we have to do a bit of mixing it up when we do the decrease, yeah? But now it's just 1 DC, 3 single crochets. Now I've crochet quite a lot over my tail here, so I can just drop it. And you're going to continue the same way until we get to the shoulder seam. I think it's 6 repeats. Let me check. Yep, it's 6 repeats until we get to the shoulder seam. I do love working with this yarn. It really is gorgeous to work with. Slides off your hook. Oops, let's keep this in the picture. Okay, I've done 5 repeats, and now to the 6th, and I'm getting up to the shoulder seam, so I'll do the last one here. 1 DC and 1, 2, 3 single crochets. And now we're going to do just a bit different when we're going over the shoulder seam. So we're going to find our you see the chain here from the corner that we didn't join into. We're going to work 1 single crochet into that one, into the back loop, and then we're going to work 1 single crochet into the join. And you see where I'm going in here. Whoop. Like so, and I'm going to work over this tail as well. And I'm going to find my chain here. It's here, and just into the back loop of it. Okay, I have to look. Here is the back loop actually, and I'm going to be working over the tail, so I want that to be here in the back. Here we go, the back loop here. Okay, and put my tail here up on my hook, so I'm working over it. 1 single crochet there. Okay, so these are the 3 single crochets here over the join. 1 goes into the chain stitch, 1 goes into the join, and 1 goes into the second chain stitch here on the other side. And now the repeat for the other side of the on the other side of the join is 3 single crochets. 1 and 2 and 3, and take the opportunity to work over your tail. Love working over my tails. Oops, it's a bit of a mess now that I have the whole sweater here and have to be. And 3 single crochets and 1 DC. And we are going to do this, I suppose it's 6 times as well. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, and 3, and 1 DC. Okay, I can drop my tail now. I've done like 6 stitches over it. And we continue with the same repeat. 3 and 1. And as you can see, it's just following the pattern as before, really. It's like the natural thing to do at this point. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Almost there. 2, 3, and 1. These rounds are really too short to be cutting, but let's see. I mean, cutting the video. Not the yarn. You're not supposed to cut the yarn at all at this point. 3, and this is the 6th and last repeat, and 1 DC here. And then we finish the round by doing 1 single crochet here into the back loop of the lone DC here, where we joined our yarn in the beginning, like so. 1 single crochet. Then, as always, at the join, just like we did before on the big hexagons, we're going to skip this chain and we're going to join into the back loop of the first DC of the round. And now we're introducing yarn B again. Surprise, surprise, my yarn is not tangled. What's happening? Okay, just pull it right through like so. Join with the slip stitch. So that was round 1 on the sleeve. On to round 2 then. We're going to use our color B here. We're going to work over the tail as well. And we start by doing 1 chain. Have to maneuver this. And now it's the same as before. We're going to do 1 double crochet at the start of the round and 3 single crochets. And then the single crochets, I'm working over my tail, as you can see. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over 1 DC. And this is also, we're also doing 6 repeats here now. Do, 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 do. Working 9 to 5. I love Dolly. I mean, who doesn't? It's a fool who wouldn't love her. It's not. I do not work from 9 to 5. I work from like after noon, like from 1, but then 2, maybe 2 or 3 in the evening, in the night. Working 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's like a okay. I'm stopping. Sorry. Okay, and then we have here. We have 6 there. Oh, I'm just gonna count. I usually don't even. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do the 6th here. 1 DC. We're getting up to the join, and we do the final and 6th repeat here. So now I've done 6 times DC, 3 single crochets, and now we're at the join. Okay, so what we're going to do here to kind of, this was very fiddly to find out how I was going to do the continuance here of the pattern to sort of make it go with the join here and everything. So what I did is I did this front post double crochet to sort of imitate that the shoulder seam is continuing like this here. Yeah, so this stitch is actually quite important, so do please try and be meticulous. I learned that word the other time. I didn't know this word in English. I knew it, but I just didn't know how to use it. So we want to be very meticulous at this point, making this stitch, because it's important to get it right. We're going to work 1 front post DC into our join, and we're going to do it into the second, well, into this one here. You see, this is sort of like, here was the last join at the in the chain, and we're going to go into this one here, like so, under both loops here of the second stitch of our join. Okay, and we're going to yarn, well, obviously first we yarned over, and we're going to pull the yarn through like so, and it's just a normal front post DC, and then you pull through and go through both, and again like so. And just, if it doesn't look right, if it's too big or too small or whatever, just unravel and do it again, because it's quite important that this one is nice and neat. This one turned out just perfectly. Haha. Okay, and then again we're going in the other direction, so we do again as before, as in round 1. We're just going to do 3 single crochets and 1 double. Okay. Do, 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 do. Okay. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that this would be 6 repeats as well. Do, 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 do. Always the same, 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, following the natural sort of development of the pattern at this point. Okay, and now we're gonna finish it with 3 single crochets when we're getting to the end here. Yeah, so 1 and 2 and 3, and the third one goes just the way as we always joined on our big pieces into this here. And I'm going to pop my upcoming color up on the hook and work my last single crochet around that, so that I'm hiding it from the back. And always take care to do everything nice and tight at the join. And now we join into the back loop of the first double crochet with color A, with a slip stitch like so, and you know, tuck nicely at everything. So that was round number 2 of the sleeve. On to round 3, and we're back with color A, and now we're going to do our first decrease round, because remember what I told you, they're quite white, the sleeves, so we need to do some bit of heavy decreasing to get it to be like sort of nice and puffy and fit for the little tiny baby hands. Okay, so we start with one chain, sorry, and then we're going to do the repeat, which is 1 double crochet like before, just down here, and then these 2 chains here, we're going to do them single crochet 2 together. Okay, so the way I do that is I go just into the back loop here and I pull up, and I go into the second loop and I pull up, so I have 3 loops up on my hook, and then I just go through all of them. So that's a single crochet 2 together, yeah, and then I'm going to do a normal single crochet into the double crochet. Okay, so let's do it again. This is the repeat: 1 double crochet, work 2 single crochets together. That's just putting the yarn up, going into the next one, pulling the yarn up, and finishing the single crochet, and then 1 single crochet. Again, 1 double, work 2 single crochets together, whoop, and finish. And then 1 single crochet. Okay. No, and then there's the double, 2 together, and 1 single crochet. Double, 2 together, whoops, and 1 single crochet. That was, now we did 5 repeats, or until you reach the point where there are 3 stitches left before the border join here, yeah? No, before the shoulder seam, sorry. And we're just going to work over the shoulder seam. No decreases here, so we're just going to do 1 DC. And we're not going to do the decrease over the shoulder seam, okay? So now we just do 5 single crochets in a row. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 double crochet. Okay, that's clear. No decrease over the shoulder seam. We did our last decrease here, and then we did 1 double crochet, 5 singles, and 1 double. And then we're going to continue with our decrease for the rest of the round. And we're going to work 1 single crochet into the double crochet, and we're going to do 2 single crochets together, like so, doing our decrease here, and 1 double. 1 single, 2 together, 1 double. 1 single, 2 together, and a double. Easy peasy, isn't it? And as you can see, we're still continuing with our pattern, because I wanted to keep the pattern going for the whole of the sleeve, but it just becomes a bit more not as zigzaggy, you know, but we really want to keep it going here, of course. Okay, 1 single, 2 together, and a double, single, 2 together, and a double, 1 double here, and I'm going to see what the pattern says. Okay, so at the end of the round, so you finish like this, you can continue like this until there are only 6 stitches left, which are these 6 here, or what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no. Yeah, 6. I already did the first DC here. So I'm going to back it up. You continue the same way until there are only 6 stitches left. And then you do 1 double crochet. And we're going to do 2 decreases here in this spot here. So we're going to do 2 together, one single, and then 2 singles together. And let's work over a tail here as well. Whoopa. Okay, so we decrease 2 here. Really, it's sort of because because we didn't do the decrease here because it was a bit more complicated to have the pattern look nice here. So we could do it on this side then to compensate for the lack of decrease on the upper side, on the shoulder joint. Okay, so that's round 3 almost done. Now we're just going to join into the back loop of the first DC of the round with color A. Whoop, whoop, like so. And always tuck it and have it nice and tight. Okay, so that was round 3 for Steve the Sleeve. Any Friends fans there? Steve. On to round 4. And we're only going to be doing our decreases in the color A rounds. Now we're just gonna, it's always better to do it every other row, so it kind of, but it keeps coming together in this one, sort of, but we're not going to do any decreases. So now we do chain 1 and 1 DC down here, and then 2 single crochets. And take care that the second one obviously lands here on the DC. So now it's always just 1 DC, 2 single crochets. Instead of what we did before, which was 1 DC and 3, now we have 1 DC and 2. So we've done quite a bit of decrease in the last round. So it's sort of like it's enough for this round as well, you know. If you do a heavy increase, often you would do decrease. They're so similar, these words in English. The decrease, you would do them in each round, but when you do a very heavy one, then you want to do them every other round. Just for your information, if you're doing your own stuff as well. Okay. So 1 DC and 2 single crochets. And now it's only 2 stitches before we get to the shoulder joint. And now we're going to do 1 DC, 1 single crochet, and 1 front post double crochet. So the front post always just goes down like this, and we're working around our DC here instead of going into the loop here. Okay, so this is to continue with this line here from the shoulder seam to do like a mock version of that, and just take care to pull it a bit up. Don't want them to be too tight. Okay, like this, the front post double crochet here, and then 1 single and 1 double. And now we get to the repeat on the other side of the sleeve. And then it's just as before. Now it's 2 single crochets and 1 double. And you just want to take care that you're always kind of following this the pattern as before. So the single crochet goes here, and then you want to go, because we did the decrease here, you see? So these two were taken together. So faktiskt, how do you say, in theory, you can go into this one or you can go into this one with the DC, but you want to be going into this one just as close as you can get to the DC from the last round, yeah? So that you're kind of continuing getting these steps in the pattern. 1 and 2 and DC, and into this one, not this one. Should have said that at the beginning of the round. Well, if you had to unravel, it was very few stitches. So, you know, sorry, not sorry. 1 and 2 and DC down. As you can see, our join is always moving here, just like on our big pieces, because I like to move the join because then we can hide it with the DCs here, you see? You can't even see it. La 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 la. You're welcome. Okay, always 2 and 1. And again here as well, 1 and 2. And now we're going to add another Lone Ranger here in the middle. And finish it with 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. Here and here. Work over our color A as well, because it's the last stitch of the round. Like so, nice and tight. and join into the back loop of the first EC of the round with a slip stitch. Whip, whip. Okay, so that's round 4 on the sleeve, all done. On to round 5. And like all odd number rounds, that's color A for us. And now we're going to do another decrease. And there's quite a lot of decrease done in this round, so do take care to keep your work nice and tight, yeah? We start with 1 chain, and then we do 1 single crochet in this one here, not into the double crochet, into the single crochet here from second to last round. And now we're going to take these 2 together. We're going to do 2 double crochet, DC, no, blah, 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 2 single crochets together. Oh my God. So go into this one, pull up your yarn, go into the second one, always into the back loop, pull up your yarn like so, and take them together. So that's a decrease there, okay? So 1 double crochet, and then single crochet 2 together. And as you can see, I want you to have it, you have to take care to keep it neat and tight. 1 double, and 2 singles together. 1 double, and 2 singles together. And we're going to do this how many times? 6 times. 1 single. How many times have I done this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry, we're going to do it 5 times. Yeah. So this is the 5th. The 2 single crochets together, and now over the join, we're going to go 1 double crochet here, 1 single into the join, into the front post, and 1 double on the other side. Okay. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, just in the opposite direction. Now we're going to take 2 together, 1 and 2 single crochets work together like so, keeping it nice and tight, and then 1 double crochet. And do take care that the double crochet lands in the single crochet here, not in the double crochet. So 1 and 2 together, and 1 double. 1 and 2. And we want to try and keep this same. It's not as heavy of a step as before, but you see the double crochet is supposed to go into the single crochet, not into the double. And yes, I'm having a ciggy. It's Saturday morning. Well, morning-ish, morning for me. It's like 2:30. I do not tend to get up before noon if I don't have to. 2 together, 1 double. 2 together, 1 double. And now we do 2 together, 1 double, 1 single, 1 double, and 2 together here, the last step. So, and working over our upcoming tail here, like so, and keeping it all nice and tight. And this was the last round in color A, so we can cut the yarn. And we're going to join with our color B into the back loop here of the first double crochet of the round, as always, with a slip stitch. Whoop, whoop. Okay, and tuck nicely at the other one. So that was round 5 in the sleeve. And now it's just 2 more rounds, actually. Okay, almost at the finish line here with the sleeve, and as you can see, it's come together quite a lot. Whoop, there's a steep decrease here going on, but it's really cute. I love these. It's sort of like a Aladdin look. Okay, and we start as always with one chain, and then we're going to do one double crochet, and that one has to go into the single crochet here, not into the double crochet. And one single crochet into the double crochet. And it's just the same way like this. One double, and we have to keep this round tight as well, because we did such a lot of decrease in the last round, so that sort of affects this round. But one double, and do take care to put it here in the single crochet, not in the double crochet, so we keep this minimal effect of the stairs that are always getting, the steps are getting a bit smaller, yeah, but still keeping with the anatomy of the pattern. So this is just one double crochet and one single, one double and one single, and now we're here to the front post, to the shoulder seam. We're going to do a front post around our front post as always. Like so. And then one single here and one double, and again take care not to go into the double crochet but in the single crochet here next to it. And always keeping it very nice and tight in these heavy decrease rounds. So we're not doing the decrease now, but it sort of works like we're doing, finishing off the decrease from last round. So one single, one double, one single, one double, just always the same. Single crochet goes into a double crochet, and the double crochet goes into a single crochet. Okay, close to the end here. What was I supposed to do here? Let's see. I should read. Da, 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 until there are only 5 stitches left. Now you do 3 single crochets over this one here, and then one double here down, and I finish it with one single crochet like so. And now we're going to continue and do round 7 in the same color. So we join into the back loop here of the first DC with one slip stitch in the same color. So that was round 6. And as you can see, it's gotten really nice and bubbly. It's coming together here. Okay, so round 7 is very easy. It's just one round of half double crochets into each and every stitch, working in the back loop only. So now we're going to start by doing one chain here, and now we're just going to work into the back loops of each stitch and do a half cup double crochet. But before that, I'm going to switch my hook, because for this final round you want to go down half a hook size, sorry. So down half a hook size, I was using 4.5 millimeter. Oh dear Lord, I was using the wrong hook. Oh well, just please don't tell anybody. Let's imagine I was using 4.5 and now I'm going to go to 4. Da, 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 da. Okay, one chain, go down half a hook size and one half double crochet into each and every back loop. So the half double crochet is just yarn over, go into the loop you're working into and pull your yarn up. So that now you have 3 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. Like so. Yarn over into the loop you're working into and pull your yarn up. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over again, and pull through all 3. Okay, so this is the whole round is just the same way. 1 half double crochet into each and every stitch, back loop only, because with the back loop only then we leave this little detail here of the front loop. Love that. Okay. So apparently I both talk to myself and sing to myself. It's totally normal. Each and every loop, each and every stitch. And this is what's coming up next. We're going to do the last round, and that's all just half double crochet all around the sweater. I love that. I love that round. Very excited to do that. Both because it's fun and easy, and because then you're finishing. We're almost there. Okay, so when we get to the end of this 7th and last round of the sleeve, I'm going to add one here into the chain, actually. Like so. And then you're just going to cut your yarn, pull it up like so, and thread your needle and do the invisible join. Come on, yeah. And as always, I like to use the ass of the needle to do this, so we don't split the yarn. And we're going to go into our first half double crochet here. You see, it's here. Okay. Now I kind of want to go over that one. I'm going to go into the second one, yeah? And just go under both loops of the second half double crochet of the round, because I sort of added one here in the end. Okay, pull through like so, and then into the back loop of the last one that I did. Whoop, and we get a perfect stitch here. Can't even see it. Oh, isn't it lovely? And obviously I'm just gonna weave this end in, so I already have thread. And you want to take care to, when you do this, not to make your loop too big, that last one, or too small. Try and keep it the same size as the other ones. It turned out a tad too small, but I mean, it's fine. Okay, that was one movement for the tail, and I'm going to do a second one, backing it up and going again. Just one more for good measures. Okay. Cut the yarn. And now we have some ends to weave in here on the other side, I think. Let's see, I think I left the last one. Yeah, these ones I worked over, so the ones that you worked over, just tuck at them, have it nice and tight, and then you can cut it. This one here I did not work over, because it was that round where I did one DC, one single crochet, so I wasn't really optimal for that. Tuck it in nicely, always taking care to have the join really tight and nice. That's the big secret of getting neat joints, really. Nothing to it. Okay. Weave in this one, obviously in the same color as we're. And that's it. Oh, what was that? Yeah, here we worked over one end as well. Don't get that. And snippety snap. Okay. Now our sleeves are all done. Well, mine. You have to do the second one. I already did the first one. Let's see if I go out here a bit. Whoops, like so. Yeah. Oh, isn't it lovely? And it's all puffy, like Aladdin. You say Aladdin. We say Aladdin. You see? Isn't it lovely? It's all coming together. So now, and you see that I still have my ants here. Haven't woven those in, but there's no need. All these ones that you left from the joining, we're just going to work over those in the last round, which we're going to do here now, which is just going all the way around. And it's actually my favorite round. It's so much fun. So that's the sleeves done. Well, I'm done with mine. You go ahead and do the second one. And then we're going to do the final round, which is my favorite. It's so much fun. So much fun. Such fun. Such fun. Okay. Oh, I can't believe we're almost at the finish line. There's just one round left now. The finishing round. And now we go down half a hook size just to get it neat and nice. I was using all the time, the whole time I was using my 4.5 millimeter. And now I'm going to go down to the 4 millimeter, just as I did for the last round here on the sleeves, because the last round on the sleeves is really just the same as the last round we're going to do now. So that is to finish the cardigan, we work one round of half double crochet into the back loop of each stitch all around the assembled piece. And while we're at it, we're going to make the button holes here, either just at the top of the cardigan here or all the way down. I'll show you how to do that. Yeah, and like I said, this is my definite favorite round because it's just all coming together. It's just fun. And as a bonus, you can use this round to work all over your last set of ends. So no weaving in after this one, just the one at the very end. Okay, so let's get to it. I like to start here at the back side of the cardigan. You can start really wherever you want. On this side here, on the right side of the shoulder seam, on the bottom of the cardigan. Yeah, so just join your yarn with a slip stitch into the back loop of whichever stitch you like here, somewhere here from the corner into the back seam here on the right. Okay, I suppose this would be on the left if you are a lefty. Okay, so we're gonna join in here, just pull your yarn through and do 1 or 2 single crochet chains here. I actually just do 1, although in theory you're supposed to do 2, but I like just doing 1. And we're going to work 1 double crochet into each and every stitch, just into the back loop. And of course I'm going to work over my thread at the same time. I'm going to go in here a bit so you can see better what I'm doing. Finishing round, here we go. So yarn over and 1 half double crochet into each and every round, and the half double crochet are yarning over into your stitch, pull the yarn up, that's 3 on your hook, and yarn over and pull through all 3. Yarn over, in, pull up, yarn over and through all 3. Ugh. God damn it, typical. Wasn't smooth at all. Wow. And work over your beginning tail there at the same time. Okay. It's enough to work over your tail, like 6 to 10 stitches or so. So I'm going to drop that now and continue towards the back join. Okay, so it's just been one half double crochet into each stitch until we get to the back seam join. Okay, and so when we get here, I've worked a half double crochet into the last single crochet here, and now we get to the join, and we're going to work 3 half double crochets together. Okay, so we're going to do 1 into the chain here, 1 front post half double crochet into the join, and 1 half double crochet here into the second chain. Okay, so we're going to yarn over and go into this one, and we're going to yarn over and go into the second chain here on our join. Second stitch from the border of our join here under both loops, like so, and yarn over and go into the chain stitch here and pull up, and we have a whole lot of loops on our hook, and we're gonna pull them all together like so. Okay, and just tug at it real nice and tight. And now we're going to work over our tail here from the join, and we're going to continue and go into the back loop of each and every stitch. Just half double crochet. Do take care to do this one nice and tight here after the three together. Okay, see, it looks lovely. And we continue this same way. Just one half double crochet into each stitch and work over your tail while you're at it. Okay, see, so this looks nice and neat here over the join. And keep going the same way, one half double crochet all the way here to until we get to the corner. Okay, into each stitch, always back loop. Okay, so I've worked all the way here to the corner. Let's see here, I have one single crochet left, and then there are 2 corner chains. I'm just going to work one half double crochet into the single crochet, and now I'm here at the corner, the 2 corner chains, and I'm going to do 2 half double crochets into the first corner chain here, and always into the back loop, you guys. 1 and 2, and then just 1 chain and 2 double crochet, half double crochets here into the second corner chain, like so. That's our corner, and now we're going to work up to the next corner here, and it's exactly the same as before. Just 1 half double crochet into each and every stitch, always just into the back loop, because what we're doing with that is just leaving this nice little detail here of this stitch here, this little braided effect here. So up to the next corner, and we're going to do that exactly the same, but I'll show you anyway. Okay, so I've worked all my half double crochets up here. Now we're finished here on the bottom side of the cardi, and we're up to the neckline. You see, this is the sleeve here. We're going to go over the neckline as well. Okay, so when we get up to the upper corner here at the start of the neckline, we're going to do as before in the corner. We're going to do 2 half double crochets into the first chain, 1 chain, and 2 half double crochets into the second chain, always into the back loop. Okay, now we're officially working the neckline, and it's just 1 half double crochet until you get to the shoulder seam. Back loop only. God, I love making this round. So ducking satisfying. Just all coming together, and it's so neat. Oh, I love making borders as well. This is sort of the same effect, the border effect. Okay, we're getting to the shoulder join here, you see. This is the sleeve, and this is the shoulder join. And we're going to work into each stitch until we get to the last double crochet here, the ones that we joined into. We started the shoulder seam, or finished. Yeah, 3 half double crochets more here. 1 and 2 and 3, and now we're going to do a little decrease over this bit here, just to get that neat and nice. You can tuck at this a bit here, and we're going to work over our tail as well, obviously. So what we do here at the shoulder seam, we're going to do 3 half double crochets, work them all together. We're going to do 1 into the double crochet, 1 front post into the join, and 1 into the other double crochet at the other side of the join. Okay. Okay, it's clear where we're at, right? At the shoulder seam join. So yarn over and do 1 half double crochet here into the DC and yarn over and go into the second slip stitch here at the shoulder joint under both loops. And we're doing a front post half double crochet here, like so, leaving them all open like this because we're going to take them all together. And then one into the double crochet here at the other side of the seam. Okay, that's all clear. Okay, and now we have 2, 4, 6, 7 loops up on our hook, and we're gonna get the yarn and pull it through all of these. And it's extremely important to do this all nice and tight so that it goes together nicely. You see? And now that we're going over the neckline here in the back, I'm going to do a tiny little decrease just to get it a bit rounder and sort of take together a bit. And the way we're going to do that is that we're just going to do a little decrease every 4th stitch, really, just taking out all the DCs. So we're going to do now 1 and 2 and 3. And either just skip this one. I don't like skipping. I like to do 2 half double crochets together. So I work 1 into this one and 1 into another one. And now usually, like when we're going over the joints, I would yarn over for all the half double crochets together. But when I'm doing a decrease like this, I don't want it to be bulky. So I'll just yarn over in the first step. And then in the second one, I'll just go into it right away without yarning over, yeah? And pull your yarn up so that we have 4 up on our hook and take them all together. So that's 1 stitch decrease here. And we go again and do 2, and we're going to take this one here out as well, taking out the DCs. Okay, another decrease here at this one. And oops. Now we're getting to the shoulder joint, and we're going to the back seam, and we're going to do that exactly the same way as we did on the at the beginning of this round on the what you call down. It's very eloquent of me. Okay, I'm just going to show you. So I have double crochet here into the last 3 stitches. So I did a decrease here and I did a decrease here. So we've taken out 2 stitches here. And now we're going to do another decrease here. So we yarn over and we go into we're going to do 3 half double crochets together. And I'm going to drop this yarn here because we're going to be working over this one. So we go into the yarn over and go into the chain, pull up, and we yarn over and we go into the second slip stitch of the back seam join and pull up, and we yarn over and we go into the other chain here. I'm going to put my tail here over the hook so that I'm working over it and go up. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7 loops up on our hook, and we're going to pull through all of them and do this nice and tight. And it's important not just to do this one nice and tight, but the other one, the next one as well. So really tuck at it here, and then we go just into the next and do a half double crochet here into the back loop of the first single crochet here after the join, and do take care to do that nice and tight as well. You see? Okay, and we do the same now, just always going into a single crochets, 1 half double crochet there, and now I'm getting to the DC, so I'm going to do 1 and 2 together to take out the DC. Just do a little decrease. And I mean, this is not exact science, it's just like 2 or 3 stitches on each side of the seam to get it a bit rounder. Okay, I'm taking this one out as well. 2 together there, and now we're going to do 1 and 2 and 3, and I'm going to drop the tail here, and we're at the other shoulder seam join, and we're going to just do that exactly the same way as we have been doing at the other side. So there is 3 half double crochets together. First one goes into the DC here. Second one is a front post and goes into the join, into the 1 and 2 second slip stitch here, you see? There's one here at the top, and this is the second. Pull up and yarn over, and the last one goes into the DC here. Okay, like so. We have 7 up on our hook, and we're gonna take them all together, closing them up, and really tuck at it nice and tight. And again, take care with the next stitch as well to do that really tight. Just hold it really tight here, otherwise it will not be nice. And now we'll just do 1 half double crochet into each and every back loop, and work over our tail at the same time. You see, we've taken out quite a few DCs and all the tails. Mwahaha. Okay, and just 1 half double crochet into each and every stitch here until we get to the corner of the neckline here in the front. Okay, so now that we have finished the neckline, I am going to go ahead and do this very fun bit of just cutting all the tails. So just tuck at them real nice and cut. And it's okay to tuck quite a lot because then it will naturally go back. Like, it's okay that it will go back a bit. Okay, so there are just, oh yeah, and this one here as well. Okay, and now we're to the bit of, we're getting to the upper corner here on the right when looking at the front of the sweater. And now we're going to do the buttonholes. So, well, you can choose how many buttonholes you put, or buttons actually. So this one here, for example, the simple version, which I really love, I just made it with 1 button here at the top. And this actually, it both works for, I think, for boys, and also, but it's really actually especially cute with when you're wearing it with a dress, because then it sort of opens up and the dress comes here. It's gorgeous. So you can do just the 1 buttonhole here at the top, you see, or you can do, this is a really nice button, or you can do it buttoned all the way down if you like I did with this one here. This is more of a, what do you call it, maybe sort of a gentleman-like look, but I mean, that's not, it works for both boys and girls, obviously, both versions. And so here what I did is I like when we're doing the original version, then you can just, it's so easy, you can use the DCs to mark your buttons. So I just put them in every other DC, yeah? So that's easy enough. And now for this one, I wanted to do like third sort of version, which is to put 3 buttons here at the top, so it's sort of half open. And surprise, surprise, I was not ready for this, so I've been spending the last half hour looking for my granny's button box, which I have and inherited, but can't find. I mean, it's not lost. Well, it's you know, it's here. Its whereabouts are unknown, but it is in my house. So anyway, so I have these 3 buttons here, which are not the same. Very sorry, like deepest apologies to my OCD viewers. You will just have to make your own sweater and make it right. I mean, they're all brown and sort of like, you know, but one has only 2 holes in it and the other has 4. I'm killing you, aren't I? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put 3 buttons here, and I'm going to do it like with the blue one that I did. I'm going to put it at every other DC. So I'm going to put here 1 in the corner, and then 1 here, and 1 here. So it's sort of like half button, which is really cute as well. So I thought it would be more important to show you that and have it all different kinds of buttons and to show you a bit more buttonholes than just 1. I could have, like, you know, gotten out of this easy and just done the 1 button and just said, oh yeah, I bought this one specially. But so now we're going to go round the corner and we're going to do our buttonholes on the way down, and that's super easy. I'm going to show you how. We're going to go in a bit. finishing round, doing the buttonholes. So really at the border, at the corner here, I'm just going to do it the same as I did the other corner. So the buttonhole depends, the size of it depends on the size of your button. For these here, I mean, it has a really small sort of, this is really short here. So if you're doing a small one like these, I recommend smaller buttons, yeah, so that they're not like going out of it a bit. The list, one. I don't even know how to say this in English. You know what I mean. So so I would recommend small ones. So in the corner here, I'm just going to do the regular corner. You can do, so I do 2 half double crochets into the first chain, and then I'm just going to do 1 chain. If you have a very big button, then you do 2 chains, and at this point just check and see if your button fits through it. And then in the second one, 2 half double crochets. So this is the same as we've been doing all the other corners. So this here, and I'm just gonna double check and see if my button fits through this 1 chain buttonhole, and it does. Okay, so that's enough. If you have a bigger button, then you can do 2 chains here between the half double crochets on the corner. Okay, and now we're gonna go down, and I mean, if you are a more organized person, then you could put stitch markers, and I will pretend that I am for the sake of you guys. Okay, here's some stitch markers, 1 and 2, and I'm gonna put a stitch marker where I'm gonna put my buttonholes. Okay, so I did 1 here at the corner up, and then I'm going to do it every other DC. So I'm just going to skip this one and have a buttonhole on this one here. And then I'm going to skip this one and put another one here. And obviously the first one goes at the top. If you want to do it like the blue one, then you just keep going and put stitch markers in every other double crochet and do your buttonholes there. So I'm just going to do 3. So I've done 1 now. And it's super easy to do buttonholes. And these are especially a simple version of it. We are just going to work half double crochets. Do I have the right hook? No, I do not. This is the 4.5. I'm using the 4mm. Just 1 half double crochet into every stitch, just as we've been doing before, until you get to your stitch marker that marks where you're gonna have your buttonhole. Kind of sounds a bit dirty, this buttonhole. And when we get to there, we're just gonna do 1 chain, and we're gonna skip this 1 stitch that we have the stitch marker in. That will be our buttonhole, and then we continue after that one with the half double crochets. So you see, it's just a small hole here. And if you have very big buttons, I like big buttons, I cannot lie. Then you have to do more stitches here. Then if you have like a very big one, then you would do 2 chains and skip 2 stitches. Or just, well, no, I would just do 2 chains and just skip 1. But just take your button and see if it fits through, and it does. So, you know. So that's all there's to it. I mean, it's so easy, isn't it? Just chain 1 and skip 1. And now we're getting to the 3rd and last buttonhole here. I have my stitch marker in, so I know where it is. And I just chain 1, skip that stitch, and continue with my finishing round down here, all the way down to the corner. And so if you continue and make more, then you have to do this all the way down. I'm just going to do these 3 here. Okay? I'm going to go and get down to the, well, actually just do the corner exactly the same way as you did the last corner in all the corners. And that will be the, if you're going to button down all the way, then that will be the last buttonhole here on the corner down, you see? Okay, I'm going to keep going to the end of round. So 1 half double crochet just down all the way. In the corner, you do 2 half double crochets in the first corner chain, 1 chain, and 2 half double crochets in the second one. And then just continue until, and I'm going to show you how to finish the round here. Oh my God, we're almost done. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done all the half double crochets down here, the corner, and now we only have 2 stitches left. And to finish the finishing round, we just do half double crochets into those 2 stitches here, and we're up to the stitch where we joined into. And now you put your yarn, pull it right up like so. And if I could find my needle, yep, thread your needle and join, do the invisible join, and you skip the chain here you did at the beginning, and go under both loops of the first half double crochet we did using the back side of the needle, and then into the back loop of the last half double crochet we did, like so. Neat finish, isn't it the best? And that was the final stitch. Well, I have to sew in the buttons, but the final crochet stitch of the sweater. I did not oversell it when I told you it was easy to do this sweater. It really is very easy. You can do it in just maybe, very easily in 3-4 nights. In a week, very easily. I would do it in like 2 or 3 nights, but okay, weaving our ends, and that was the only end we had to weave in here, remember, because we worked over all the other ones. And the ta-ta moment. Should we go out a bit here? Ta-da! Isn't it lovely? And then it will be like this. I have to put in the buttons and block it, but it looks so nice. Yes, yes, yes. Like so. And then I'm going to block it, obviously. Okay. I'm gonna just call it and say that you don't need help with putting in your buttons. You just sew them in like a normal person. So I'm gonna sew in my buttons and block it, and then I'll show you the end results. Yay! Okay, so next up, blocking. So now I sewed in the buttons because I decided you could be trusted to do that on your own, and I have wetted the sweater completely. This works wonder with wool. I'm not quite sure how you do it with acrylics. I think you do some sort of, I don't know, but at least with wool, this is like makes everything gorgeous. So I've just wet the sweater completely, and you have to take care not to wring it too hard. Just kind of squeeze all the water out of it, and then you get your blocking mats. I have these that you can put together like puzzles. They're really good, so you can decide the size of the project. And so the bits where it's kind of important to block this sweater, I feel, is at the joints, especially at the back joint. So that one, you want to maybe pin that a bit down, like so, just as to get a completely straight line here. Otherwise, this one kind of wants to go up a bit and be like it'll be like a dent there. But otherwise, you just kind of, and the wool is so it is so easy to kind of mold when it's wet. So you can really just take it all like this and make so that it's all nice and even. And now I have my pin here. I'm going to put it a bit further down like so I can put another pin here. And so even though I'm going to leave these bits open here, I want them to be lining up. When I block them, you see all the lines here lining up, and this one going over this one, like so. And maybe just pin down on the DCs just to keep them nice and even. I mean, I love blocking. I think it's just the point where you go from good to excellent. And for example, I will not post anything on my Insta feed without first blocking, because it just makes such a huge difference. Everything just looks so neat and professional when you block. Okay, so now I've lined up all my DCs here. And just use the lines on the blocking mat to get this one here. First, the bottom one. straight, and then the other one on top, like so. And it not only gives you a chance to sort of do all these things, it also just takes the fabric and just makes it lie correctly and smooth. It just makes it just makes everything better. I like, honestly. Okay. And now, for example, this here sleeve had a bit more of a heavy decrease than the other one because I went down hook size without noticing. But I mean, we don't want things to look exactly like they're like store-bought. I mean, who wants store-bought stuff? I don't. So maybe, you know, at this point I could tuck it in a bit so that it is the same as the other one. But I mean, it's pretty close anyway. So I'm going to turn it around. And do the other side. And so also here at this bit here, I want to take care and pull a bit at the seam here, the top seam, just to get it to be nice and even here, an even line, like so, and this as well, and maybe put one down here, just so it's all closing up perfectly. Like so, and just sort of go like this, and it just will all be so very nice and smooth once you finish. And so I have a radiator in my house with hot water in it, so I will just always pop it on there so it's really quick to dry, but it still will take the night, definitely. So there you go. That's all it's not like a square or motif where you have to pin down all the corners or anything. You just kind of more mold it and pin down the important bits, and then you let it dry. And it will be amazing. Na 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 na. Lovely. In the end, I love the mismatching buttons. I think they're quite cool. Okay, now it's all dried, so we can take out our pins. And I'm just going to show you, because I am a big, spokesperson for blocking. I mean, it's always a good idea to block everything. I block everything. And it just makes such a huge difference, because everything turns out so smooth and nice and professional. You see this? Oh, you see here, no bumps here or anything. Oh, it's just good. And I love this yarn, you guys. I can so recommend this. The llama wool from Kama Rose. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous to work with, and it's just so soft and sweet. So there you go. The sweater is all ready. And I actually love my mismatching brown buttons. So there you go. But you do see the difference before and after blocking, right? It just all gets so smooth and looks ducking fantastic. That's what it is. Absolutely thrilled with this. And the back side. So that's that then. You can do all the different types. I'll take this away here. So this is the original in some very contrasting colors. Here's another original with less contrast, but it's still quite much fun. And then there's the simple version. And here actually, you see, I added a little bit of detail. I did this one last round of single crochet, just one into each stitch in silk, just to give that little extra oomph. So lots of things you can make with this pattern, and I can't wait to start seeing some Terrazzo cardigans popping up there. And so do remember, if you post on social media, to tag me and let me know. I love seeing you make, you guys. And yeah, please leave, a like and a comment and tell me what you think. Ciao, hasta la próxima.